In the depths of an old neighborhood, far from the eyes of the world, lies an abandoned house. Everyone fears to go near it, for legends say that darkness dwells within its walls. But for one young man, Samor, mystery is not fear, it is an insatiable curiosity. On a dark night, he decided to uncover the secrets of this place himself. What will he find behind the creaking doors? And what dark secrets hide within the basement room? Get ready to journey with us into a world of horror and mystery, where every step could be your last, and every shadow hides something unimaginable. In an old neighborhood, far from the eyes of the world, there was an abandoned house. Everyone was afraid to go near it, but Samor was not like the others. He was curious and loved exploring the unknown. One dark night, he decided to go to the house. He took an old flashlight with him. The air was unnaturally cold. The wind whistled through the old trees. The creaking doors made scary noises. When he arrived at the house, he noticed a broken window. The front door was half open. Samor pushed the door slowly. A long creak filled the place. His steps echoed between the dark walls. Dust covered the entire floor. Everything seemed abandoned and silent, but he felt something strange in the air. Soft whispers started reaching his ears. Samor, Samor. His heart started beating fast. He looked around. There was no one. He continued slowly. The light from his flashlight was weak. In a dark corner, he noticed a small wooden door. The door had strange symbols carved on it. They seemed to warn against entering. Samor did not dare to step back. He pushed the door slowly. The door made a long, scary creak. The basement was completely dark. A foul smell spread through the place. The walls were covered with strange marks. Some marks looked like blood. The air became heavier. His steps echoed in the frightening silence. Suddenly, he heard another door moving. He looked around anxiously, but there was no one. The blood on the walls started moving. Then it disappeared as if it was never there. Samor tried to escape, but the stairs he came down vanished. He became trapped in the basement. The darkness grew stronger. Strange whispers spoke his name. Samor, you will never leave. His heart pounded. The light from his flashlight started fading. A black shadow suddenly appeared before him. The shadow slowly approached. Samor tried to scream, but his voice vanished. The walls started glowing with strange symbols. The symbols formed threatening words. You will never escape. Fear overtook his heart. The shadow grew larger and more powerful. Samor tried to run, but all directions were blocked. The air became very heavy. Muffled screams were heard from everywhere. The flashlight suddenly shone brightly. The shadow vanished suddenly. Complete silence fell over the place. Samor felt a temporary relief, but he noticed something on his hand. A strange mark was engraved on his skin. He began to feel intense fear. He decided to leave the basement. The stairs suddenly reappeared. He climbed the stairs quickly, reached the house's ground floor. Everything seemed normal, as if nothing had happened. The wind still whistled outside. Samor felt something was watching him. He looked back. The door closed on its own. His steps on the wooden floor echoed in the silence. His heart was still pounding. He tried to calm down and breathe deeply, but he could not forget the basement. The mark on his hand reminded him of what happened. He felt the mystery was not over yet. Every night, he saw shadows in his dreams. He heard whispers saying, Samor, come back to us. He tried to ignore them but failed. The choices he made did not leave him alone. The mystery became part of his daily life. Every sound, every movement reminded him of the basement. He stood helpless before the unknown. Every time he passed a haunted house, his heart trembled. He knew something was always watching him. The dark room never left his memory. Some nights, he heard the old door creak, as if the basement was calling him from afar. The blood symbols on the walls appeared in his dreams. Everything around him reminded him of the horror he lived. He tried to pretend he was strong, but feared inside. Even the flashlight reminded him of the darkness. Samor stayed awake all night. He heard voices others could not hear. The feeling of dread never left him. He knew the basement would always be part of him. The next morning, he stepped out to take a deep breath. The sun did not ease his fear. The house looked normal from the outside, but Samor knew the hidden truth. The shadow of the basement watched him from afar. The mark on his hand sometimes glowed. Every strange movement reminded him of the room. He tried to stay away, but could not. The memories of that night haunted him everywhere. He feared the basement might follow him again. Weeks later, he returned to explore another basement. The shadows were stronger this time. Whispers said, "Come back!" Samor, the flashlight trembled in his hand. Every step inside felt like a nightmare. He saw the symbols moving on the walls. Creaking sounds like something approaching. The darkness became alive around him. Samor felt freezing cold. Every inch of the basement hid terror. He tried to escape, but could not find the exit. The shadows gathered in front of him. Whispers said, "You'll never leave." The mark on his hand glowed strongly. Everything around him became eerie. Samor felt extremely weak, but something inside him urged him to continue. Steps followed every move he made. The air became charged with fear. He suddenly turned and saw the door closing by itself. Silence filled the place after the creak. He placed his hand on the symbols on the wall. He felt something gently pulling his hand. The black shadow approached quickly. The whispers rose frighteningly. Every part of his body trembled with fear, but he held on to the flashlight tightly. The shadow stopped suddenly and did not move. A strange calm fell over the basement. Samor breathed slowly. The mark on his hand began to fade gradually. Samor left the house afterward. The sun started rising slowly. The fear did not completely disappear, but he felt a temporary peace. He knew the basement would always haunt him. Every night, he remembered the horror he lived, but he became stronger after the experience. He learned that mystery is part of life. The memories taught him caution and respect, and Samor always remained vigilant and ready.